Hey, welcome, it's Blaine.
And Katey.
And we're going to try out a new format here. We noticed that even though we're subscribed to and click that notification bell on a bunch of our favorite YouTubers, throughout the week we actually send each other videos that the other one hasn't seen.
Yeah.
And we figured if we are, so passionate about watching all these videos and yet we still miss them and have to show them to each other, how many videos might someone else be missing? So we decided to aggregate them all together. Maybe mix in a little bit of Japanese news, add a little bit of weather for any tourists heading there this week, and throw in some kanji of the week,
Yay! So he's put it all in this nice, beautiful little bubble to share with you guys. So let's just get started. So our first video this week stars the amazing Simon and Martina, and they bring us some fantastic Oden.
We've been big fans of Simon and Martina's for a long time, so anytime we get to share their videos with someone, it's great. And Oden, for those of you who don't know, is a bunch of different small bites that are all cooked in this sort of really light soy sauce broth, and you just sit down and you order based on which of the items you want. They're in kind of a grid system, usually.
Yeah, and you can order, eggs or tamago or tsukune or chicken meatballs. There's a ton of things that even a Western audience like us really enjoys.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
Say what?
Just say it.
What? Say what?
I don't really like boiled fish cake.
Yeah.
So I'll eat everything in there except the fish cake. If you do end up going and want to try some Oden and not sure exactly what to order and you really don't speak a lot of Japanese, use that good old phrase osusume. You'll usually get a plate of about 5 different skewers, or they'll say, how many do you want? You can just tell them, give them a count how many different sticks you want, and you'll get a little plate of whatever the chef thinks you'll enjoy. Some pretty safe stuff, you'll get eggs or meatballs, that kind of thing.
But you never know, sometimes they'll throw something at you that you might not have enjoyed, like chicken liver, and you'll end up loving it. So that's part of the Simon Martinez motto as well, is to just, go out and try new things. Like, unless you're allergic to it, it won't hurt you, right? So give it a shot.
Yeah. And you definitely need to listen to Simon in this video. If you're eating something warm, you need to be also drinking warm sake.
Yeah.
If you want to order some, just say Atsukan o kudasai. Or if you've already gone in and said, I want some sake, or Nihonshu, if you're getting a little more specific about it, and they ask you some words, and you're like, I don't know what that guy just asked. They're asking you if you want it hot or cold, or what temperature you want it at. Just tell them Atsukan. Don't forget to also watch the bloopers on this sperm sack eating video, and if you're thinking to yourself, I thought this was a video about Oden, well, you should definitely watch it.
And for our second video this week, we have Abroad in Japan with his journey across Japan. But this is his 12 hours in Kyoto video. He had a wonderful day off with the Pete Donaldson?
With the Pete Donaldson.
The Pete Donaldson. And he had a wonderful day with Pete Donaldson. They went to Urashiyama Monkey Park, which we've been to before, and it was super fun, looking at monkey butts and feeding them.
And it's kind of terrifying, though, because the monkeys are pretty vicious, which they kind of, they missed that while they were there, so I don't know if they just found the docile day of the monkeys, but those monkeys were fighting each other and throwing each other off the side of the mountain when we were there.
Yeah,
so.
And their nails are like creepy claw baby nails, they'll scratch you. Just be careful, okay? They're cute, but not cuddly.
They're dangerous. Speaking of dangerous...
Hey, yokai!
They also wanted to visit some monsters, or yokai, in Japan, so they went to Yokai Street, checked it out. Yokai Street, of course, famous for the parade of the Parade of 1,000 Yokai, where the different inanimate objects that were all thrown away have turned into yokai and are now kind of marching against the people. So this town, this street in Kyoto, now has yokai that they make out of everyday junk. So some had skateboards for hair and stuff. It was pretty interesting, actually. I gotta say though, pretty surprising to watch an Abroad in Japan video and not see him eat or recommend any food really while he was there. So I don't know, maybe he's going a little crazy from all the bike riding, but
where's the food?
Yeah.
Chris.
Then we had kimdao giving us a 4-day trip to the outskirts of Tokyo, and if you're planning a trip to get to Tokyo, I would highly recommend picking some areas on the outskirts to at least spend 1 or 2 days outside of the hustle and bustle of the typical Tokyo, what we think of as the main wards there. It's beautiful. Definitely watch her video, get some ideas. She goes about an hour to the west of Tokyo to some sake breweries and some really beautiful things.
And we definitely recommend going out to Hakone. We visited there once and we fell in love. So if you're looking for a place near Tokyo, that's another great spot to hit up. Next, we have Chris Okano, who took us on a journey through Osaka for 12 hours. And one of the main highlights was the jiggly cheesecake, which we love and we've got the opportunity to try in the past. And unfortunately, he gave kind of a subpar review on it. What's up, Chris?
Come on, man.
Jiggly cheesecake.
It's not cheesecake, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big, fluffy, egg white cake. So when he complains about it tasting like egg, I say, yum.
Buck up.
It does taste like egg. It is good.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's just a light sweetness, nothing too overly heavy. Some raisins, but it's good, guys.
Although, let's be fair, real star of that video was Shiori. So.
Shiori-san! Ah!
And if you're going to be in Osaka for any amount of time, definitely pick up the Osaka Amazing Pass. When you've got a limited amount of time, you can still cram a lot of stuff in, and that pass lets you do quite a bit for free in addition to getting free subways.
And it's only about 30 USD. And
for a 2-day pass.
For a 2-day pass.
Then we had Tokyo Creative giving us probably what I think is their best video yet.
Definitely.
They had Chris, Emma, and Joey the Anime Man all giving us their personal choices for best tourist spot in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to spoil what they picked. I'm just going to say go to their video, watch it, vote on who you think was the best area. And I am going to say I'm a bit disappointed Odaiba didn't show up. That is a fantastic place to waste a bunch of money, so...
Touristy.
Yeah, I guess they're not fans of the Dibe. The Gundam Fronto.
We'll put that on your list.
It's on my list. That's what my choice would be. I'd go to Odaiba. I'd be like, you see this Gundam?
Come see it.
Come see the Gundam.
And next we have our lightning round.
We had a Tokidoki Traveller giving us a really weird fruit that ended up being pretty tasty and sounds surprisingly cheap for Japanese fruit.
And then we have Attache, who gave us a nice overview on Sapporo. Travel, food, the history. Go check it out.
Also, we had Conan O'Brien heading to Japan and showing us that you can go have ridiculous humor and still be respectful to the Japanese people.
We also have LoveLyzKelly, and she showed us a weird, quirky ramen shop that you might need to see.
But how did that ramen taste?
We don't really know.
We don't know. She never said.
We just know I can describe it in 3 words. Pink, pink, and no pants.
And finally, Japanology Plus giving us a video on Japanese-style coffee, from the cafes with pour-overs and siphons to the canned coffees and all the vending machines. Link to their official website below, as their content is on YouTube, it's just not from them. And now it's time for News in Japan.
For our first news story, we look to you, Yuri on Ice fans. In the world of men's figure skating, Yuzuru Hanyu has been dealing with an ankle injury and unfortunately will be missing out on the GP final for the 2nd year in a row, and will also be missing out on his dream goal of 5 titles overall.
To keep it rolling for the ladies, Japan has started the Ikumen project, which is designed to make it more fashionable and enticing for men to be a part of childcare. The word ikumen comes from the word ikuji, which means childcare, and ikemen, which means hunk. And it's designed to put the hunk back in hunky dads taking care of their kids, which I always thought was pretty hunky already, so... Lastly, Prince Akashino, the younger brother of Prince Naruhito, who's going to take the Chrysanthemum throne next year, has spoken out against the government paying for the ceremony. Now, the reason he's done this is because since the war, the Japanese government is not allowed to engage in any religious activity, and this ceremony for the ascension is actually a Shinto one. The reason for that is the original Japanese word for emperor, tenno, meant heavenly sovereign. And so because the emperor was like a god, the entire ceremony is extremely religious. And so they don't want the government using taxpayer funds to pay for the ceremony. Now, this is no small matter. In fact, 120 people have come out and said that they're going to file a lawsuit against the government saying they don't want their money being used for this ceremony. And we're not talking about a small amount of money either. The last time this ceremony was thrown is in 1990, and it cost $96 million. The Japanese government is still very intent on paying for this ceremony, though it is still 5 months away, so it will be interesting to see what happens now that the younger prince has spoken out against it.
And now for some weather. In Tokyo and Osaka, it seems that it's going to be mostly cloudy, partly rainy for the majority of the week, but on the weekend, it should just be partly cloudy. So it makes a great opportunity for some photos and sightseeing when you guys are on your trips to Japan.
Next, we come to our kanji of the week, and this week is no, as in nomi hodai. And this symbol is important because if you're out and about looking for some good food and you also want some good drink and you don't want to spend a lot on that drink, a place that has this symbol will have all you can drink for a set price for a set time limit. You go in, you buy whatever you need to buy, and you tell them you want the nomi hodai, and they bring you a drink after drink after drink. The only rule is you have to finish your current one.
It's such a great deal. Like, you don't understand if you haven't experienced this before, especially coming from America, where every drink is about $12, like $10 to $12.
Even if it's totally watered down and really short pours, you can drink enough of them that it doesn't really matter. It's still gonna make up for itself. Finally, it is the holiday time, and we'd be amiss if we didn't give you any suggestions for your Japanese traveling friends for Christmas presents that you could get them. Now, we've been to Japan a few times, and one thing that is true across the board in every park and every temple we've been in is that they do not want you to have tripods. Big stand-up tripods are a no-no. What is okay are flexible tripods, little 1 foot flexible guys so that you can hold them and carry them around. Totally fine. We were able to use them in pretty much every temple we've brought them into without anyone complaining or saying anything about it. So we've got an Amazon affiliate link down below if you want to follow that to pick up the Joby Gorilla Pod. It is the best one. When you do pick it up though, just make sure you're actually looking at the dimensions and don't end up with this thing.
And that's our show for this week.
And now it's your turn. We've given you the list of videos that we've been procuring over this week. Let us know down below what videos you've been watching that we forgot to tell everyone about. We always love watching videos like this, so if you can give us some suggestions on other channels to watch, we'll definitely add them to our rotation and hopefully spread the word.
Until next week, see you guys later.
See ya.